What happens when we get to episode 10?
Well, then there's a couple more.
Let's get into it. 1, 2, 3.
That was short. Well, hello, everybody out there in Whiskey Land, and welcome to My Whiskey Den, your favorite public access whiskey review show where craft whiskey is king. And yes, we haven't been on in a couple weeks. That was primarily my fault between different engagements and surprises. So my apologies, but we are back this evening on episode 9. This is going to go, it might be a 20-parter by the time we're done. So,
well,
that's be something special.
There's a few more.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm like, it could be stretched out to that section, but who knows?
Yeah.
So tonight we have Morgan with us. It is fantastic to see you. She's going to be sniffing it this evening because it's a little bit of recovery, and we want you to keep heading that direction. Yep. So I'm excited to see what you smell in there because a lot of times that's like a good half or 3/4 is what you get off it anyways. So, Mike, fantastic to see you. You wearing a Hawaiian shirt? What is that?
Well, not Hawaiian. It's got it does have flamingos and stuff on it. It's flamingos, watermelons, barbecue grill. Yeah, you know.
It's festive this evening.
I'm here to party.
And in doing so, would you mind telling everyone out there in the audience about the Bar Cart Co-op?
I'll do my best. It's been
Thank you.
Okay. We are proud members of the Bar Cart Co-op, which is a collection of friends who create content for the whiskey and other distilled spirits public. The Bar Cart Co-op YouTube and Facebook pages have information about upcoming and past special shows, which happen about every quarter. From blind tastings to distiller panels to discussions of special collaborations and the usage of unique grains, the Bar Cart Co-op has educational and fun episodes for your enjoyment. The oldest show in the group is Distillers Talk, hosted by Christy Atkinson and Alan Bishop. It's a conversation with people from distilleries and distillery adjacent that gets into deep and sometimes off the rails and back again discussions with their interviews. New episodes arrive typically at the end of a work week. And if that one's not nerdy enough, check out One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute, which is where Mr. Alan Bishop answers any questions about distilling and often puts them to the test. It could be individual grains, mash bills, equipment, or methodology. New episodes come out randomly, so subscribe. And then there is the Bourbon Turntable, where they mix the love of music with the love of whiskey. They have conversations with musicians, writers, distillery folks, and common folks about music and whiskey. It releases every Wednesday on all your platforms, including the YouTube. Then you have If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything, which is a show about the spirits and paranormal among us, as well as the unexplained and the spiritual. Subscribe on Spotify to get all 5 seasons. And last, but certainly not least, we have the Whiskey Ring podcast with Mr. David Levine. David gets into the weeds with his guests. David gets into the weeds with his recordings of his tastings. David gets into the weeds with his awards. David does all the things that we won't do.
See, that sounds good, but that could be bad too. So,
I mean,
could be.
David likes the weed.
What's up, Emily? I was just mentioning, I think
Emily, we actually did
it. Should start treating people like Norm when we get on. When I see them, we should be like, Jesse, Emily. Yeah. All right. Where are we starting tonight? I know Cedar Ridge. We've had them before. I'm expecting great things. Revolution. I don't know if I've had anything from them.
Revelton.
Revelton. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
It's okay. I said Revolution for the longest time, so no worries.
I just looked down at Rev and popped my eyes up, so my bad.
Let's start with Cedar Ridge, and then we'll end on the mulberry gin because that's kind of like dessert.
It's all pink and crazy.
Okay. Which Cedar Ridge are we going to go with first? The wheat or the single barrel?
I couldn't find the wheat barrel or the wheat bottle.
Okay.
It's somewhere in all of this, plus the shelf that looks identical to this on the opposite wall.
And you don't need to be poking around.
Yeah.
I've poked around as much as my body would let me. So you guys want to start with the wheat? Go for it. I'm not sure what that one was.
Should we do the wheat to get it out of the way?
Yeah, you were saying that.
Well.
Okay. I'm gonna get a couple squirts.
It'll be a base for our
aerate the whiskey, just like that.
Make a base for the blend.
A swirl going.
So, did you guys pick these up on when you were at Cedar Ridge?
So I know the one I'm looking at that is the cast strength. We did not. That's been since we moved here. The actually, you know what? We haven't, because we stopped at Cedar Ridge last year on our way from Distilling America to Omahaul when we were checking out Nebraska for the first time. So these have both been purchased since we have made the move.
Okay, this is
okay.
On the nose. I almost felt like it was finished coming up to it from a ways away.
Yeah.
I was because it was much lighter and a little more.
I tried
white winey.
Yeah.
Kind of white winey finish.
It's like fruity and candy a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And
I would almost bet it's finished, knowing Cedar Ridge, because they're actually a winery.
Yeah.
So it's probably finished in some sort of wine barrel.
It smells like cotton candy grapes. If you've had those, it's a real thing.
That's a good one.
And I'm getting at, because it's you want to go dark like red because it's sweet, but I'm not getting a darker rind note at all. It's light.
It might be finished in like a Pinot Noir barrel or something like that, like a lighter red.
It's really neat that it's fun.
We had something that was finished in a Pinot Noir barrel. This might be it, but don't hold me to that.
We will hold you to nothing.
That's good.
Hold on 1 second.
It's a good nose. I mean, we like Cedar Ridge.
Yeah.
They just make really good stuff, and and the stuff. I don't mean it. I don't want it to sound negative, because sometimes the word I think comes negative or comes across negative in spirits, but their stuff is so it's so clean, but it's not simple. It's just there's like no spikes, nothing rough or anything. It's just so clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were at the whiskey festival that I went to a couple weekends ago. I guess it's been about a month ago now. And they had kind of a full lineup of stuff. They had
what the hell?
They had both the Slipknot bourbons, because they actually have not one but two.
Yeah.
The one is you can only get at the distillery, which is the more limited release one, but the guy was talking about those.
Okay, Mike, what are you getting on the nose? Did you already jump past it? Sorry, I had to question my.
No, I was going down Candy Lane here with this. I've had wheats before that do have that confectionery candy type nose to them, but this has more than that to it. Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
But again, I'd say bright, but not in the bad way of bright, where it's just. And again, I need a better word, and I think that, well, Emily would definitely come up with better words, but a better word than clean, because it's not clean as it's been scrubbed of any life or anything. It is just so well put together.
Light, fresh, sweet. Smells a little velvety almost. But then you start getting into the actual like wheat whiskey where you get the caramel, but it's almost like a light. It's like a light caramel in it. It's not like this heavy overbearing on the nose, at least.
It's almost like, sorry about the dog, like a light frosting.
Ooh. I'm not lemon meringue pie frosting, but I went to more of a meringue, but like almost part of me went to like a key lime pie smell.
Oh. Okay.
Because you got the bakery note, and then I'm wrong, but I'm like, it's very similar. It's a creamy, it's a brighter, a lighter note on there. Feel to the nose, but I do get a little bit of the crust underneath it. I don't know, I'm going in. I'm sorry.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to stop writing.
That had to be finished in something. If it's not, Paul has worked some fucking wizardry that I could not put together on a wheat whiskey.
I mean, I would agree. I would.
The first half is it's not overbearing.
I would agree.
But
it does seem like it is finished, but we've also had a couple, like remember that Koval rye that was just straight up candy dish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'd be.
I'm really bummed I couldn't find that bottle now.
You're diabetes.
You only have 1,163 other ones to go through.
No, but that one Koval was that was a little too over it. Okay. It's because there's this light grapey note. Maybe it could be a brandy finish.
Yeah.
Or even on this for a little light torque on the back end here. It's just there's that little bit on the front half and on probably the first half of the mouthfeel. And you start getting more into a couple more traditional feel.
Yeah, because I am on the palate. I'm getting quite a bit of fruit on the palate.
Mm-hmm. And I could see the meringue of a lemon meringue pie with like on top of a berry tart, like a mixed berry tart.
I got a question. Mitch, where's the bottle?
Yeah, is he in the fucking
we
chat?
We need the quadrant of where the bottle is, and then we need you to tell the dog, Duncan, fetch bottle. Fetch bottle in quadrant B67.
He's too busy destroying the yard.
Okay.
Like if your dog could do that, that would be one of the greatest tricks ever. B17 comes back. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
That would be amazing.
Just make sure you don't ask him to fetch the bottle when he's been licking his balls. But
luckily, he doesn't have any, so we're good.
All right.
Okay. I'm in the background. Are you getting that little bit of spice on the finish where it builds up?
Mm-hmm.
It's not there, and then all of a sudden, on the second drink and the third drink, the finish starts to roll over and start to get a little more tanniny, and you start to pull out some of the spice notes more. But that's on like the back third. I'm salivating from this. Like,
yep,
it's causing me to salivate quite a bit. Oddly,
I'm agreeing with everything you're saying on this.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go now because I don't know.
We'll see. Now I have to pour a little bit more.
Well, I did, and I'm gonna have to pour more for the mix.
This is my third pour of this.
Oh no!
Here's a way. Maybe a better way to describe without using the word clean is that I find it hard to find any faults at all in Cedar Ridge. As in, you don't think of it as like, oh, they did a little bit. They did a little bit. No, they don't. It's just very, very well done and well crafted.
Just to the point where instead of having a drink, I would just add ice. I wouldn't really add this to a drink of any sort. And worst, maybe some ice. You know what I mean? Just if it was cold out and stuff. I'm hot out. I'm going the wrong way. It's been a long couple weeks. So,
two things. One, a decent oiliness to it. But also, as you mentioned that with ice, this for someone who did not like whiskey, but was maybe more of a wine person, I could see if you did do this with maybe a little, a couple of cubes or some crushed ice, and ice cold, I would think that this would be a very good way to get them to like whiskey.
Yes, because you're getting just the light. If you're doing it that way, especially on the first 3/4 of it, it leans more in that palate style.
Yeah.
And then on the back half, you get a little torque, a little play back to what's hidden underneath, and the backbone starts to show up. But it's married very well together. It's hard to transitions are difficult to see as it goes through it, which is great. All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna put this one over here.
Throw a couple drops in it for the blend.
This is the single barrel cask strength. Obviously, this is coming in at 59.15% ABV. So a little on the spicy side.
Sorry, going down the.
And I assume this is single barrel bourbon.
This is an Iowa straight bourbon whiskey.
Okay.
Let me see if it says what the mash bill is on here. It is 74% family farmed corn and fermented distilled off grain and Iowa bourbon. It does not
Hey, Alan.
Is other than 74% corn.
Very good. Sorry, I'm just saying hi to Alan. I would have. Yes, their double barrel rye is very nice. And this is
dig it. I've got a single barrel Cedar Ridge back there, but I'm not gonna.
Okay. Going off of what that one was to this is bourbon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm getting.
Cedar Ridge bourbon is just solid. It's just bourbon. They're single barrel bourbons though. They really do go over the top. And the port, but I really want to try single barrel port.
This was a wall-to-wall wine and spirits store pick.
Newer leather-bound books. This one's just great in a whole different manner. Much richer than the other one. But you can smell a little bit of the base, which you were getting on the back 3/4 of the other one. You get that in here. You can see how that was layered over quite heavily, I would say.
I definitely echo your newly bound leather books.
Yeah, not quite mid or old, but it's it's like when you're getting a journal for somebody.
Also getting notes of tobacco on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
But like a real rich pipe tobacco.
Almost to the point where I was getting a little like cocoa smell from the pipe tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not even, definitely dark chocolate, but it's not heavy in there enough, but it's like light in the nose, so it's like an aromatic accent.
It's actually more like a Maduro cigar.
I haven't had that, but I like that answer. Oh, well, look at that. See? She's always got a good answer. She's one up us every time. Adding to
100% always has the right answer.
I'm also getting some like real dark, rich cherry, like Luxardo cherry.
Mm-hmm. like I said, where this one, the other one was fruity flavors and light. This is much denser, richer. Like you said, cherry dark chocolate, like just
Also, like blood orange. There's still just a tiny bit of brightness coming through, but it's that like darker, like richer blood orange.
excellent.
I'm really bummed I can't drink. Thanks, antibiotics. Why'd you have to?
It's okay.
Mm. Oh,
Because this is really good.
Okay, I've got a note.
I'm listening.
Smoked cherry pie.
You're gonna get to the taste, and you're gonna be very intrigued by your statement. Okay.
I already took a sip of it.
Oh, did you? Because okay, then I'm in the same area. That is very accurate in the flavor description.
But is it like normal pie cherry or like Luxardo pie cherry?
Luxardo with a
Yeah.
little with like clearly lemon zest and maybe even some.
Or when they did the cherry pie filling, they cooked it down a little bit.
Oh, they should have.
So, person I work with is telling me about a person in his little country neighborhood that was going to make, not country neighborhood, but rural area just outside of town. Someone went to go get her cherries because she's going to make a cherry pie, and they wanted the best cherries. And the person that went to go get them went somewhere that they had Luxardo cherries, and so that's what they bought was Luxardo cherries for them to use for their pie. It was like, how much did they spend on them cherries? It's like, by all accounts, it was a good pie. I'm sure it was a good pie. I'm sure it was a good pie.
If you're feeding a couple people, maybe get away with one or two.
I mean, it's 22, 23 bucks for a normal jar. It's like $130 for a gallon of Luxardo cherries.
Oh. That's why I was thinking you're at like a $40 to an $80 pie. That's
why, you know what? Mid-year, since there's Christmas in July all over the place, here's the thing for gifts for anybody. Don't necessarily just go buy someone a bottle of bourbon. If they like cocktails, go get them something that would elevate their cocktail. Don't get them the base spirit. Buy them the Luxardo cherries for a gift because it's kind of hard to swallow, paying that much money for cherries. Get them the really, really nice candied oranges, for other stuff they're going to, get them the cocktail ingredients that are a delicacy. Get them, they do the gin and tonics, get them some really good tonic. Some really good, really nice tonic.
Or if you know the person well enough, and we're talking about these extras, it is easy to make a simple syrup that could add to somebody's game as well, too. Dina has done some of those things in the past that if you know someone's style, that's something that's fairly easy to make for somebody, holds for a little while, but if they like doing it, would be a neat kind of side gift to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Or if you're like Mitch and I.
Jesse, this is a good time to tell you I like pie.
I'm gonna butt in and be like, if this pie exists, I request the chance to be there. Okay, I feel like this is a My Whiskey Den event pie.
Yes, it is.
Ooh, a bake off.
Oh well, that would be a cool weekend when everyone does like vacation weekends and tours things. Maybe one or two distilleries and a bake off where someone wins bottles. Because that would be fun.
Somehow we have to get Emily to be the judge, though.
That's true. We can do that. I'm going to invite James back. I always get his chef back on. But he has to do some of that hoppy stuff we had to get to come back. I've never seen someone eat mustard to try to get rid of a whiskey and horseradish, and he's just complaining the whole time. Nothing's working.
Maybe Chef Paul can come back on as well.
Oh, this is See, there's an event in the making. I like that. I need to focus on something like that. So, this Cedar Ridge, great in a whole nother like manner of speaking. You can see where it's the base of its cousin over here, but boy, did they do a interesting job of. I wonder when it switched over, because it's so much more subtle in that one than it is bold in this one. That's all. It'd be neat to see where in the process you hopped it over to make that adjustment.
Well, that'd be one if you save some of this, and because Cedar Ridge is everywhere, is to get a normal Cedar Ridge bourbon release and do the comparison between the two. Because I did that, and then I went through my bottle of standard Cedar Ridge bourbon. The only thing I have the single barrel and I have the port. But
dude, this is just great on the nose.
It's delicious.
Classic brown sugar leather.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, that just eats up.
No, you're good. You're good.
We'll do Revelton Rye next.
All righty.
And it is a 95.5.
Okay.
And they're out of Osceola, Iowa.
Yep.
Okay.
So just a little bit south of Des Moines.
Thank you for that added knowledge. I needed that.
I haven't been there, but I've been able to enjoy some of their stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
They have a coffee liqueur. I don't think that's the right description of it, but anyway, I had that. My sister-in-law had given it to me. And then there is, I want to say, a bourbon cream.
Oh my God, the bourbon cream! You
know what? I'm going to look it up. I know Emily's probably looking it up anyway, but I'm going to look up. I'm going to make sure I'm right.
Spoiler alert! I was going to say this later in the show, but the bourbon cream mixed 50-50 with the mulberry gin. Magical things.
I like that.
Magical things. And if you want to dilute it and make it a little bit stronger, put in some of either their bourbon or their rye. And it is lovely.
It was whiskey cream liqueur. And I guess the coffee is not what I was thinking of. I know I've had that whiskey cream liqueur.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway.
It is quite tasty.
Okay.
Please do. Do you have this one with you, or is this the other one?
This was the other one I couldn't find on the shelf.
Well, I gotta wait for Mike because this is a whole. There's some type of candy grape sweet.
Oh yeah, there is.
You know
so
what I mean?
Here's what I want to know is, and I guess maybe we know the answer, maybe we don't. Are they sourcing the ubiquitous MGP 95.5, or is this their own 95.5? Because this does not nose one bit anything like MGP 95.5.
No.
I am pretty sure that they are making their own stuff.
Because this gets in the line of that super candy rye from that Koval had.
Yeah, and this is like
wow.
Like I don't want to. I'm not. This is not when I say purple.
It says our rye. I pulled it up online. It said our rye whiskey is distilled from the finest locally sourced Iowa grains, 95% Iowa rye, and 5% Iowa corn.
There you go.
Maybe the corn. Do you think it's like crazy blue corn?
No, the blue corn. Blue corn would be a little more.
No, but it's
a little more astringent.
I know, but I mean,
I bet it's the rye. I bet it's the rye varietal.
The fuck
is or the yeast. I mean, who knows what they're doing? But
okay,
here's what it's like, a creamy candy, and it's. I'm trying to place it. It's one like my grandma would have in the dish that was wrapped in like wax paper. That was like almost toffee, but not toffee. But it was just kind of like you put it in, and it would like melt right away as soon as you put it in your mouth.
It's almost like a parfait dessert. Like where it's just berries and a little bit of berries and
it's like a grape filled. Oh God, what is that?
It's because the brown sugar is so light. Like the baking notes are so on the backside. It's not like it's pie crust. It's almost like a
Oh,
Dope.
like a grape-filled caramel.
So the people that own Revelton, it's a husband and a wife, Rob and Christy Taylor. Sorry, I had to look what their names were. They are some of the nicest people you will ever meet. Plus, they have the most awesome business cards. I should have brought one down. I didn't think about it. They're metal and they're gold. So
Very nice.
they're
You're gonna keep
pretty
it.
nifty.
Yeah, because you're getting this hint of like cream soda. That
Oh yeah, it's like a soda, like going to a soda fountain.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Jolly good.
hold on.
Jones.
Okay, like if you've done like soda and ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then where,
like
where
a
they,
float,
where, they,
like a float.
where they smash it and mix it together though, like old
How'd
style.
that go again? No, but it's like a ice cream float with fruit flavored sodas.
Yep, and I can't. If they put waffle cone edges in it, like at the top, yes. Oh, yes, like exactly like an old soda style float with a little bit of waffle cone on the edge to like almost dip the ice cream out of the float. This is fucking weird. Sorry, might have been the other two drinks, but this one is.
Nah.
No, I don't mean weird bad. I mean like good weird. Like I am intensely like ripping the hell out of the top of this and I'm enjoying that. There's other ones where you get in and you're like inhaling deeply and you got to back off and take a second. This is.
Mm-hmm.
So Nebraska must be like how Kentucky is with their liquor laws and festivals, because Revelton was at the Whiskey Carnival a couple weeks ago and they had a single barrel there of their bourbon, but they couldn't sell it at the festival because it was across state lines, which was a huge, sad day because it was Chef's Kiss, the single barrel that they had.
Oh my God, Mike. Did you drink this?
Yes.
What the fuck is going on?
And cream lifesavers is a really good way to describe the mouthfeel on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a peppery heat, a little spicy beginning note before it almost calms down for a second.
But then candy aftertaste.
Yeah. This is nuts. Yeah. This is nuts for a rye. This is a very for the exceedingly more candied side, which we've had a few. This is a really nice expression for that, rather than getting to the that other side where you get some issues.
Here's diabetes.
I'm gonna look up here because I'm curious. I've seen some Revelton. I've seen the liqueur in my area.
Yeah. It's not a waffle cone, but it's something else that is added to what we're talking about at the top. It's close, but man, this is interesting.
Yeah, they make really solid stuff.
It's the cream note that's freaking me out. No, seriously.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Like that's like natural spirits, little creamy feel. Like not obviously not as heavy, but I don't know if I've had anything else that has left like that, like candy creamy note. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm digging this one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And here's one of the main reasons why. One, because we like to get you'd like to get something different, a little weird, and something that stands out. But I like something like this where you've got, which I've said this before, I'll probably never stop saying it, but people that say I don't like rye, I think most of those people have only had MGP 95.5 rye. And there's people who say, oh man, I like rye, but they've really only had MGP 95.5 rye. MGP makes very good whiskey. There's no doubt about that. But there's so many other ways that you can go with rye that you can get people to realize do you want to know how far rye can go? And far north is a good way to get people to, to do that. Also, Catoctin Creek is another one that, because I can get that one around me too. And it's like, oh, here you go. What do you think of this rye? Because it's not what you're used to having. So this is another one that would be.
I'm getting like a bubble gum finish now.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Like after everything, it's like leftover. It's not big league chew, but it's something very similar to that time frame in my childhood. And it's not bubble gum. It was something else, but it is very close to that aftertaste where it's like
Hubba Bubba.
Maybe it feels like you should be reaching in the pouch and getting a little more right now. Is what it feels like,
Yeah.
That's neat. I'm really, that's a fucking cool rye.
Yeah, that's a very fun rye. I like that a lot.
And I'm intrigued as far as mash bills go. I know 95.5, but what the fuck are you using? What yeast are you using to get this to come out? I'm very intrigued about that. But
very nice.
Shake this one up.
All right.
I'm gonna aerate some gin.
You always shake your gin before you.
I did. Shook my gin up.
All right. Are we up to dessert then?
Oh, now we're at dessert.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me? Like 2 desserts out of a. All right.
This is definitely dessert.
Okay.
That just get in the glass. It's away from me. I caught a whiff. Oh my God.
It is hands down dessert.
Oh my God. I'm gonna come back to that. Give me a second. That's gin?
Yep.
Bullshit.
It's a mulberry flavored gin.
That is some of the greatest mulberry brandy. Oh my God, it smells like mulberry Kool-Aid.
Pretty much.
Are you kidding me?
Drink the Kool-Aid.
This smells like mulberry Kool-Aid.
Wow.
This is like crack and a half right now.
It really is.
On the nose, it's got me brimming with like childhood memories.
I mean,
tell me I'm wrong, Mike. What else are we getting? But I mean, that is a.
I get there's a little raspberry I get on the nose too.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I guess what you're seeing on that, you get a little red berry note underneath, and that's underneath that. But
wow.
And it's when I'm saying the Kool-Aid note, I get the Kool-Aid, but it's just that the berry note flavors are strong. I'm not going to say they smell super sugary, but they are very strong notes.
I still get the hint of juniper just because it is a gin, right?
Slightly. I'm sorry.
I get very bright. I get lemon. I get lime. In addition, obviously, I know the mulberry. I do get the raspberry.
Oh, Whiskey Uncensored showed up at the right time. I started cursing. Holy God.
Yeah, there's like a limeade note to it.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent note on that. That is really good. And it's just a hint of juniper in the background on this that I'm getting. Is this the...
That's what's got you so excited.
No, it's everything else. It didn't even smell like a gin. I mean, it smelled
just
like
enough juniper to be legal.
It smelled like a fantastically constructed brandy off my nose. Like it's light, not the dark style. Like,
yeah.
So I'm a big fan of this, doing a gin and tonic, but more as like a floater in a gin and tonic. Just because it's pretty sweet. So I said we'll use this for dessert.
Huh. Are you garnishing with anything?
A lime.
It's a little more syrupier than what I was expecting. I can see why you would use it as a floater.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Just it's not heavy for being a little syrupy. Really?
I mean, I would think just like this with just some crushed ice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about doing anything.
Like an adult limeade.
Yeah. It's really good, especially like I said, mixed with
Wow.
their cream whiskey that they have 50-50. Oh man. It's like berries and cream. I know what you were talking about with the rye and like what Emily said with the cream lifesavers.
Mhm.
Seriously, the mulberry gin and their cream whiskey is
Okay.
Yeah, well, this you can tell this would be that center part of the swirl, coming out of it.
Yeah, it's really dangerous with the cream whiskey.
It's really neat. It's really
I need
sweet.
to look this thing here for my own sake.
If you hit it quick right away, you get a little bit of spice with some aeration on the front of the tongue. But then it goes to, whew. I don't know.
What's the ABV on this? I'm curious.
I knew you were going to ask that. Let me see if it says.
It doesn't. The TTB thing.
It's got to be 40 if it's, I would think, because it's gin. But
and how much it's not. I would have.
It actually does not say on. Oh wait, sorry, it does. It is 32.5% ABV.
okay, all right.
So pretty
Because
low.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
Because there's a product that I got hip to at a friend's house that is made down in the Ozarks, and friends have a place down there, and he said that they've had the whiskey, but what he's brought back is it's an apple brandy, and they have all these flavor things like oatmeal cookie flavored spirit and stuff like that. But this one that he brought, it was an apple brandy, and it was cranberry raspberry apple brandy. It was called Phantom, and it's like 15 or 20% ABV. But what it tastes like is a kid's Capri Sun pouch. And every time that I've bought a bottle, I had some at his house. And I was like, wow, this is really good. And I just kept drinking it. And then it was like, oh, it's really low ABV. It's pretty easy to drink. So I've had it, a few times. But whenever a bottle gets opened of it, the top doesn't go back on the bottle. Because when other people around, they do the same thing. They're like, oh, yeah. Oh, more on crushed ice. Oh, yeah, this really does taste like a juice box. This leans in that territory with those flavors that it could be almost Jesse. Yeah, that Phantom. It is. It's sweet. Is it not an adult juice box? I mean, it tickles all the notes there. This is this goes on there, but this has more body to it than that Phantom does.
The nose on this is fantastic for me.
Oh, absolutely.
The nose on this is amazing.
It's really good.
Mr. Briscoe.
Yeah,
Cheers,
hey.
man.
Cheers. We haven't seen you. I hope everything's going well on the farm. He's one of the few people that you can actually get some of those grains.
Liquid fructose. Yes.
Liquid fructose.
Pretty much. All the good stuff. It's distilled corn syrup.
This is some wickedly weird and neat stuff. This is just I am really impressed by the two that they have here. They're just
I would never
out in a field for
never guess this was a gin.
Fuck no. Like I said, weird brandy.
Okay, I'm gonna. You know what? Aside from the blend, which I am gonna do the blend, but hold on here. I'm gonna try a little bit of that rye with a little bit of that gin.
Okay, I can do that
because why not?
Here. Well, it's here. Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Here's a little squirt. One more. There we go. Swirl. Oh, still a little pink hue in mine. You get a little pink tears.
Yeah, it is.
Hue.
Ooh, that's what. I don't know if I went the best on that mix. I got
there's like a layer of alcohol on top of everything, which wasn't there.
Yeah. Like I had to get through that. So No.
Yeah, before there was the candy.
Yep. The mix of these two, I'm not as big a fan of.
Well, you've only nosed it.
I know. I'm just saying. Okay.
Nobody likes a quitter, Pat.
Mm-hmm. We're here to get drunk.
Mm.
Yeah. It lost something. Nope. Don't mix those two.
You know what, though? Surprisingly, that candy aftertaste, though, really carried over.
At the aftertaste is fine, but there's something in the
Yeah.
middle there that and maybe over time, maybe it settles itself out in the marrying, but right now
Yeah.
it's not there. That's not what I would be doing. On to the master blend.
Okay.
A big blend.
Hold on, I better get some water to flush that.
You have to take our word for it, Morgan.
I know. It'll be okay.
What's the animals using my yard lately? We got deer that come through it and stuff all the time. Like there's two of them that like to eat out of the backyard. I'm like, whatever, that's cool. It's not like we leave stuff for them to come up.
Yeah. Just stay out of the pool.
This is weird.
Uh-huh.
This is like the leather is trying to wrap itself around some of the berry notes and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think it's winning either.
It's like you're doing leather crafts and making jam at the same time.
He's not
You know what I
wrong.
mean?
You're not wrong. You're not
No.
wrong. Because like it is, it's not like we said, it's that earlier leather bound book
Let me
style.
stop making my chaps for a second. Make you a nice jam.
You'd be surprised what he uses to write with in the book. Just a little bit of jam instead of ink.
Oh, I got this lady I work with. Nice lady. Lady. I'll call her lady. She has a name, but I'll call her lady because she is a lady. She does catering and makes pastries and stuff like that. Side hustle. She makes we were guinea pigs because she was bringing in stuff that she was trying in different things. But it is
Fantastic.
a pineapple habanero jelly.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, it's good. It's really good. And we've tried it on a variety of things, even just having it on crackers, using it as a glaze on a pork tenderloin. I use it as a base on a pizza that I put fresh mozzarella and balsamic and some mixed greens on. Trying to think of what else we had. Oh my God. It's fantastic. I've tried having it with whiskey. It doesn't work well with whiskey.
That's great. Not everything has to.
Maybe you just haven't
Yes,
found
it does.
the right whiskey.
Well, the problem is it's the habanero part that makes it hard to have, I think, with whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you could overcome the habanero part, then you can just work on the, what the pineapple's doing.
Well, maybe that's a whole food pairing where what you're putting the jam on has some type of cream cheese countering effect that goes with the whiskey.
True. I have had it with cheese, but we did talk about doing something with the cream cheese, and specifically talked about smoking some cream cheese and putting it on some smoked cream cheese.
Ooh.
Huh.
Yep. Anyway, all right. I'm just waiting for this to marry more, so I'm talking.
All right.
Maybe it might be good with gin or a rum.
Rum. You know what? Rum might be more than the gin. Maybe.
Might pair well with the blackstrap rum.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like you get the mulberry note. I don't know if it's mixed in so great with the whiskeys. It tries to take over at front and then it goes away and everything seems light.
You know what it tastes like? I agree. It does make everything lighter. It
Toaster
just
strudel?
it tastes like a cocktail.
You got toaster strudel. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm leery about trying that oatmeal cookie, Nathan. Just because I looked at, it, I was like, I don't know, because some of the flavor, like some flavored stuff,
Mhm.
it depends on what they're doing to add those flavors in. Like if they were distilling oats, and oats and raisins to make the oatmeal cookie, and then that's they're doing, but they're not doing
Sturgeon
that.
spirit style.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I wasn't so thrilled with the blend, but go ahead.
It tastes like a cocktail. There's some
Yeah.
flavorors in there that need enhancing.
Some
I don't think you can do even ratios.
No.
Even ratios don't work, but it does have quite a cocktail.
Yes, you're right, but I would have to go a little bit lighter on the gin, I think. Like you said, the floater, one splash of the gin when you're doing this. No, it's just a little more overpowering. I think maybe that would settle in midline wise.
I can see that.
But it has that little bit of little bump up from the nose on the gin coming in.
Yeah. Really good.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna take one of the other
good
ones
choices.
Yeah, excellent choices, Morgan. These are both very good.
Good job, Morgan.
Very, very good. And I'm very impressed by this Revolution place.
Revelton.
God damn it. I'm blaming that on the drinks this time.
Blame it on the juice.
You're 60-some% booze. Not everything smells mulberry. Maybe I just have it everywhere. Here's another glass.
Get mulberry on the brain.
Dude, that's a neat flavor. I mean, really, I do like it. I like when people use stuff that's a little bit different. Like considerably different, way different was that Hawthorne berry one we got to try. And just different weird stuff. It's just a different flavor, and like that one, I'm like, I could see using more in a cocktail because it has more of a classic gin flavor. Where this is, like you said, crushed ice.
So here's what I'm wondering though about the ABV on that gin. I thought it had to be 40%.
Is it in order to?
It is labeled as a gin.
Okay.
And I could be wrong.
I thought the same thing when you said it.
Let me let me look.
Well, I was under that impression. But I don't work for the TTV.
Well, and that's the problem too, is they're always all over the board. It is 40, 37.5 if you're in the EU and UK.
Could be a gin specialty spirit.
This is true. This is true.
But in any event, it's fun as hell.
No, I'm not disparaging it one bit. I was just curious because of the ABV.
Oh yeah. Because like you said, I thought it was at minimum 40, but whatever. So in any event, if it's not, it's close enough that you can pay attention, and you might drink the whole bottle. So always pay attention.
I could see this getting opened and then not the top doesn't go back on it.
Well, if you have 5-6 people, it's like, sure, I'll try one. Sure, I'll try. And then by the time it's like, oh crap, we don't have enough for the second round.
Yeah.
Got two.
Go to the store. Who's not here yet? Yeah. Make Alan stop on the way.
Yeah. We need some ice and 4 bottles of
I have to do that at work where it's
very good.
They have friends stop and pick up a part for them. Like, did they tell you how much the part was? No. Did you bring your credit card?
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, we can call him and use his. Like, that's like $400. Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
Oh.
That's why I like Venmo, because I've been asked a couple times where it's just like, I don't know what I'm walking in here. How about if I at least have some insurance? Because
exactly,
you could be killing my balance here.
So, all right, well,
very good.
Yeah, I was happy with every single one of these, and very neat, different, and a good pattern we went through in progression too. I think, because that single barrel, kind of bringing it back to original flavor before jumping to the other two that were wildly different for a rye. I mean, that was fun.
Very much, yes.
Very fun. All right. Oh, let's see. And then we've got right there.
Oh, I wonder what the.
There you go.
Oh, they do ship. Look at that.
I call the excitement builds.
Well, I mean, I drive through there, and I haven't stopped. I've only been to 2 Iowa distilleries, and all the times going through Iowa because usually you just don't have time.
Well, you're pretty quick. Yeah, I'm like, you're pretty quick when you go through there.
Well,
usually on a time.
Still have family. The thing is, I usually have family, or I still have family there. But we'll go up and go. I mostly
That's a special trip.
I go there for funerals, so that's what seems to be what's going on lately. So
I have a city like that.
Yeah, I would like to.
I like going there.
Funerals and weddings. So anyway,
their tasting room looks really nice from like the pictures online. So
that'd be a good place for us to meet.
I think I would.
Darn near straight across for you guys. That'd be probably 2.5 hours for you.
Yeah,
I'd have to look. We'll see. I could maybe swing something like that.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody. Thank you for stopping in for the show this evening. If you've learned anything, Cedar Ridge is continuing to do great things, and there is Revelton Rye and the whole Revelton community. I don't want to mispronounce it and get my ass kicked. Fucking stop in there, man. I'm intrigued about what else they have. It's not as extreme as 451, but it is very neat in that same kind of what are they doing alchemy behind shit to make it work. Or to get the flavors come out, like very, okay, let's sit down and talk. What do you mean? Like, I have fucking questions. And it doesn't happen very often. You're like, sometimes you could let it go and it's not a big deal. And there's other times it was like, no, I'm gonna pin this dude down. I need answers. How the fuck did you do that? And that's what's going on here with both of the ones I had. So we'll have to reach out to them. I'm very intrigued as to what else they have. And like you said, be a good meeting spot too. So
yeah.
Yep.
So everyone out there, thank you for stopping in. We greatly appreciate it. Remember, it's not the size of the den that matters. It is the love of whiskey or spirits in this matter. Have a good night, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.